Welcome everyone, Orlando Torresia from thinkistorresia.com. Well, you already know that if the seller of a property is not a resident in Spain, the buyer will have to withhold 3% of the sale price from the seller and then pay it through the 211 form to the tax office. Afterwards, the seller will have a deadline of 1 month after the sale, plus another 3. That is, within a maximum period of 4 months, they will have to submit the 210 form to settle with the tax office if there has been a capital gain. If there has been a profit from the sale of the property. And here it's very important to know which countries have a tax treaty, which are tax havens. Because in that case a different form must be used, which is Form 213, and to be very clear on the acquisition value and the transfer value, to see whether there has been a taxable capital gain or not, and then settle that with the 3% that the buyer withheld from the seller via Form 211. This is a bit cumbersome, but it's very important and must be done, because we're sometimes talking about large sums of money. Imagine someone inherited a flat for 100,000 euros, is a non-resident and now sells it for 300,000 euros. Well, the capital gain, after deducting acquisition and selling expenses, could be, we're talking about 200,000 euros, 3% was withheld, and the capital gains tax rate for Europeans is 19%. 19% of 200,000 euros is nearly 40,000 euros. And in other countries, for example, imagine in Mexico, it's 24%. So, we're talking about a lot of money, and, of course, if this isn't done, if it's not settled, then there will be surcharges, penalties, etc. on a large amount of money. So, attention non-resident sellers. Because the buyer has to withhold 3% of the sale price via Form 211, and you must settle with the tax office the capital gain, deducting that 3% with Form 210. There are cases where, for example, an inheritance is made, and the value of the inheritance is set the same as the sale price. Then there is no capital gain, it's 0. In that case, they will have to refund the 3%, but that's a specific situation. So all of this is very important to plan before selling. And it's advisable to speak to an expert in the matter who can plan it out, and who can see what the financial cost of the transaction will be. So, if you have any doubts or if this is your case, contact us on WhatsApp 6930-23926 with the +34 if you're contacting us from outside Spain. And for a very small fee we can have a video call to discuss your situation. Best regards and see you in the next videos. God willing. Thank you.